everybody. Today is the 7th of April, and as always, we're going to tell a pain story. This pain story has changed a lot of people's life. I shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So, are you ready? Let's get started. What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Yeah, there is a dog inside the room. I'm gonna wait this info. The dog, what does the dog do? The dog probably will sleep, blink or chew the shade. Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, but for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson, both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me, so I'm going to put this thing on the table. And then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there'll be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a chewing toy or pen. Oh, it becomes almost nothing, right? Neither a chewing toy nor a pen. So, and the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life. Just like Yishin Rosh applied the emptiness into his business, and was able to build a business with a revenue of $250 million a year. He is also able to help civil refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? This tiny color on the table when there's no human, no dog, and nothing to interact with. We come back to true self, we call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not darkness, it's not blackness, nothingness, or no feeling, not thinking. The emptiness is just ourselves when we doesn't interact with anyone. So each and every one of us, whether we are human, plant, animal, trees, objects, we all have the emptiness. But then the magic of the emptiness is that in reality we always interact with someone or something. So we always have the potential to become anything and anyone depending on who or what is looking at us at that very moment. So what do I mean by that? Let's go back to the pen story. So this tiny color on the table, right? And when there's no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, it comes back to true self called the emptiness. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes, yeah, it can. So I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself, and the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this pen as a pen? So this pen is actually coming from you. This pen is actually coming from the mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. That is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to believe this one become a diamond, okay? So please play with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Yes. We still a pen. So what in my mind offers me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are seeds inside our mind that the ancient wisdom call as karma. When we see something, the seeds inside our mind pop up, open up and cover this and made us see it for what have been planted early into our mind. So who planted those seeds into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by 3 ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially to the other people. So for instance, I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend. I hope that I can help my friend. So when I do this pump open up in both me, my friend will see it, and it's starting to walk in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen is being planted into my mind. And I pop up, open up, and cover this, and made us see it for what had been planted into my mind. And this is how it can become a thing. Anything surrounding us become what belong to us. In the past story, there are several different lessons to learn with four different lessons. The first lesson is we'll talk about. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is along with the young times we all have enormous potential. So just your potential, just the potential of everyone and things around you, and just the potential of whatever happened to you. And the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. Don't blame anyone because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And the fourth lesson is how to create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first we know what we want, right? So we want to have we know what we want. So first we want using lesson number 2, and then we start planting those seeds using our words, our action, and thoughts with other people. So for instance, I'm gonna go down to so if you want to have happiness, then you plant the happiness seed into helping other people to be happier using your word, your action, your thoughts to other people. If you want to have prosperity, you use your action, your thoughts to other people and other people to be more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, ensure that you use your word, your action, your thoughts to other people. And to help them get in that state. And the lesson that I learned today is that I really want to when I told and this page there is different part of it getting to it, but then I'm still moving on because it's something that I will be to try my best to be consistent. Finish this novel and just me and then you tell the story all the time, but then now I want to complete it as a whole. So that's the reason why. And of course, you can see that there is different parts in my thoughts as well, and that's the reason why you can see interruption as well as some part that I'm not very sure about. So that's my lesson today. Thank you so much everyone for listening to me today. And very much for coming in the 2000 day journey. And if I'm share with you the page story and my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my church family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my neighbor, to my clients, or to the living things in this world and in other words with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye.